so many people have questioned maybe what is the relationship between this church and Israel? What is your personal relationship with Israel? Maybe most people don't know your story with Israel. Could you maybe inform us on that?
Yeah, that is absolutely humongous, right? So that is again another very critical question that goes right deep into the core of this mission of the Lord himself. And I'll begin from this side going backwards this way. Where we have reached now, I could say is a good place. Because for a long time, I asked the Lord. Because he shows me dreams and he speaks to me by voice about Israel. When something is about to happen to Israel, he shows me. Like what you have playing on your screen now is a prophecy I gave. I have a relationship with Israel. The leaders of Israel. Many times when I go to countries, you find that I will visit the Israeli ambassador. He will want to come where I am. Sometimes if he knows I'm doing a meeting there, you find that he has come. And then we have a meeting. And the question normally is, what is the God of Israel saying? That's what they ask me. And he says, after I finish it, I'm going to, in less than 10 minutes, I'll transmit directly to Benjamin Netanyahu's ears. No. So in that way, I've been able to relate with, I'm moving from this way backwards, relating with the leaders of Israel, because they have become aware that the Lord Hashem speaks with me about Israel. So they come to inquire. And many of the countries I go to, some of the countries, they have now become a little wiser, such that when they invite me, for example, to the National Senate, in the countries out they invite me to give a speech in the Senate, or to give a speech in the National Assembly. Many times, the countries out there are wiser now. When they invite me to go give a speech in the National Assembly or Senate, you find that they have invited the Israeli ambassador also. So when we arrive there, they say, no, we have prepared a room for you first to meet the prophet of the Lord, to hear what the Lord is saying about Israel, then you come to the plenary. And so we have had that interaction. So I'm able to tell them, for example, the Gaza war. Before the Gaza war took place, right up here, we call it Studio B. Right up here is where I gave the prophecy. It was July 26th, the year 2020. You can imagine how many years back. And I said, I see a lot of missiles fired from Gaza coming to hit Israel, okay? And it's going to be a terrible attack. They're coming to destroy Israel, right? And so I so happen to have had a mission in Brasilia, which is the capital city of Brazil. I had some meetings in Sao Paulo, then I had some meetings in Brasilia. So when I went now to give the talk at the Senate where I was invited in Brasilia, then they said, no, before you come to the plenary, we have prepared a room for you here to meet the ambassador. The Israeli ambassador is coming. And yes, it's true, when he comes, even the security out. All the security out, one-on-one, with a notebook, and he writes everything. And then I told him, tell Jerusalem there is a war coming. It's a serious war. There are missiles coming from Gaza. It is going to be vicious. They'll come and destroy Israel. The Lord has spoken with me. So please, tell Jerusalem to prepare the country for war. In fact, that was really the message, to prepare the nation for war. If you listen to the way I talked with the ambassador, Danny Johnstein, the ambassador, he has become my friend now. Yes, so it was more of tell Jerusalem, tell Benjamin Netanyahu to prepare the nation for war, as if this is inevitable. You understand? But in there, you hear an instruction, right? You hear the Lord in that conversation when I'm giving him instruction to give to, and he's writing down to give to Jerusalem. I'm telling him that please, 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 tell him to take this serious. Otherwise, it will take place. So, in other words, it's preventable. You understand? And then he passed on the message right away. After the plenary session, we went. In fact, in that session, we were chairing the session with him, some people from the Foreign Affairs, the chair, the speaker, and so forth. And he was actually next to me. So when we finished, he rushed, and then later he informed me that he has transmitted to Benjamin Netanyahu to prepare the nation for war, Israel for war. You can imagine those missiles that came, if you see them before they have happened. I mean, you can imagine the Gaza war that you know today. If you see it before it happens, you can't even sleep until you have passed it on, right? And then he said that he has transmitted it. So now, again, another time, I was invited again to do, I was doing meetings, revival meetings in Brazil. I think we're doing Sao Paulo, Imperatriz, and all these cities. And then when the parliament there heard that I'm coming, they invited me again to give a speech. They also ask. They also invite me normally. Can you tell us what the Lord is saying? So there you go. That is now probably the answer to your question when you asked. The Bible tells us that the prophets are not accepted in their land, and they are not honored. They are ridiculed. They are mocked. So probably that is the answer now. Because you see now that level, right? Come tell us in the Senate. Come tell us in the National Assembly. Yeah? What is the Lord saying? We will put for you a permanent seat here. You know, that kind of conversation. You see what I'm saying? So, during those revival meetings, and then again invited to the Senate, again I met Danny Johnstein. In fact, the real Hebrew name is Danny Zohari, but it's Johnstein now because of Ashkenazi, the wave that came from Europe in the Aliyah. And again I met him. And asked him, have you prepared Israel for war? He said, oh yes, I've told Netanyahu. And then I said, okay, now, it's coming to happen in October. After that, we went, the plenary finished, and then I left. Israel. So, when the Gaza war happened, you can imagine the shock that hit me. When it surprised them, surprised them. And they were ran over. You remember what you saw? No. Surprised them, they were run over. People were captured and gunned down. And it was like you were watching a Hollywood movie, right? Some of them with motorcycles that were flying up. I mean, what you saw, the scenes that are supposed to be scenes out of Hollywood, right? You can imagine the shock that hit me. I told them about it before. They promised me that they've told Netanyahu.